Okay, so first of all, I'm going to select all of the data in the first column and then go to Insert and insert a box and whisker chart. Then I'll resize this chart and we'll do some formatting here. So I'll delete the chart title and change the axes. So I'll make the minimum 410, and then I want to change the color of this. So I'll change the fill to a light blue. I also want to add in data labels, and then I'm going to remove the outliers. And also take this data label here and change its position so it's above the point to make it easier to read. Then we're going to figure out how all of these numbers are being calculated. So we'll start with the first quartile, which is going to be calculated using quartile exclusive, and we'll select all of the values in the column. And then we will choose the number 1 for first quartile. And this gets us the same number as the number that we have here. Then we'll also calculate the third quartile, which is going to be calculated using the same function and selecting the same cells. But this time we're going to put the number 3 for the third quartile. And this number here is the same as this number here. Then we're going to calculate the median, which is a special type of average. And you can see that this number here is the same as this number here. We can separate the data into 4 quarters. So we have the first quarter here at the bottom, and then the second quarter, and the third quarter, and then the fourth quarter at the top. We also have an X here, which represents the mean, and we can calculate the mean using the normal average function in Excel. And we can see that this number here is the same as this number here. The mean and the median are often very similar because they're 2 different ways of calculating the average. The next thing we're going to look at is how to calculate the bottom and top numbers. So to do this, we first need to calculate the interquartile range, and that is the third quartile minus the first quartile. So this tells us how big the box is. We then take that number and multiply it by 1.5. Then we need to calculate the upper and lower fences. And for the upper fence, that's going to be the third quartile plus this number that we just calculated. And for the lower fence, we are taking the first quartile and minusing the number that we just calculated. And the upper and lower fence are what decides if something is an outlier or not. So an outlier is anything greater than this number or lower than this number. I've hidden the outliers on my chart, but I will make them reappear in a second. But you can see that the upper and lower whiskers are not actually the same as the upper fence and lower fence. They are slightly different numbers. For the time being, I'm just going to type these numbers in here, and then we'll look at how these are calculated. So if we have a look at this diagram here, if we look at the lower fence, for example, we can see the lower whisker is actually the minimum observation above the lower fence. So we can have a look at this number. I'm going to change the chart now so that it's showing the outlier points. Then I'll change the axes, so the maximum is 415 and the minimum is 412. So we are really zoomed in on the bottom part of the chart. We've got our outlier values here, which we couldn't really see very well before because they were all clumped together. and then we've got our lower whisker here. I'm then going to use the sort function and sort all of the values in the second column from smallest to largest. Then I'm going to do a test with these, and I'm going to test to see if these values are less than the lower fence. Then let's copy these values here, and I'll scroll down until I get my first false value. So everything that it has a true is less than the lower fence. So these values must be outliers. And then our first false value here is the same number as the lower whisker. So the lower whisker is the first value within the 1.5 interquartile range. Or in other words, it's the minimum value which is not an outlier. Now we can also have a look at this for the upper values. So I'll change the axes this time to look at a really high point. So 451 and 449. And now we're looking at the upper part of the chart with the upper whisker just here. And I'll change the sort function to now be sorting in descending order, so from biggest to smallest. And we'll need to change the test here, so we're now testing for anything which is greater than the upper fence. And then I'll copy these values and we'll scroll down until we get our first false, which will take a bit longer this time because there are more outliers at the top. And we're just here. So everything that has true now is greater than the upper fence, and these are all outlier values. And then the first value that gets a false is the upper whisker. And so this is the first value within the 1.5 interquartile range, or in other words, it's the maximum value which is not an outlier. So hopefully that all makes sense and you can now understand where the top and bottom whiskers are coming from. The next thing that I want to look at is how the quartile is calculated. So you can calculate it excluding the median, which is the default option, or you can calculate it including the median. So I'll change this to inclusive, and you can see these numbers here change slightly. In order to do that with the formulas, we need to change exclusive here to inclusive. And then we also need to do that for the first quartile as well. And now these numbers have changed to match the new numbers in the chart. The next thing that I want to do is plot multiple box and whisker plots on the same chart. So in order to do that, I am going to insert a new column here. And that column is going to be called month. And to get the months, I will use the text function and select the date and then format the date as 3 M's inside quotation marks. And that will get us all of the months. Then I'm going to select these two columns and scroll back up to the top and then go to insert and insert another box and whisker chart. And now we have the months going along the bottom of the chart and each month has its own box and whisker plot. I'm going to format this, so I will change the minimum to be 410 and the maximum to be 490. Then I'll delete the title and change the colours here. So the fill I will make a light orange and then I'll make the border a darker orange. Now there's a few different ways that we can plot this. So I've already shown you that we can remove the outliers or show the outliers. We can also do the same thing for the inner points. However, there are so many points inside the box that they're all stacked on top of each other and it ends up looking just like a line of dots. I think in most cases the inner points are not useful. We can also decide if we want to show the mean markers or not. So those are the crosses representing the means. And we can also show the mean line. So this draws a line between all of the means. And we can control the gap width. So if I make this 0%, there's no gap in between the box plots. Or I can make this much larger, so there is a bigger gap and the boxes are much thinner. The next thing that I want to do is add in another data set. So I'll select the chart and right click and select data. And then I will add in a new series. This series is going to be CO2 East, and I will select all of the values in this column. And OK. Now, at the moment, these are all being plotted in January, and this is because the series has no horizontal axes labels. If I click on the first series here, you can see it has the months for January. So I need to edit this here and select the column that has all of the months in it, and OK. And now the data is being plotted correctly. I'm now going to format this, so I'll change the fill to be a light green and the border to be a darker green. And I'm also going to remove the inner points. Then I will remove the mean markers and change the gap width so it's only 50%. And also, because I now have multiple colors here, I'm going to add in a legend. Okay, so in this video I have shown you how to make box and whisker plots in Excel, and that is everything.